going to talk right here, defensive philosophy, and then I'm going to talk cover 2 pattern reads. That's what I'm going to talk. And defensive philosophy. And again, you guys, half the guys in here I know, and you know I'm a little different dude, and you won't read this in a book, you won't see it somewhere else, or whatever they do, they're as crazy as I am, I guess. But that word, I guess you'd say we want to be a pest on defense. And that's a little different way to spell pest. It seems like I add a letter to it every year. But we want to be a pest on defense. And the first thing, I don't know if I got that right up there. The first thing is your position. Can y'all see that? First thing's your position. That's the obvious. What I tell people is don't try to take care of everybody else's position. It's your position and 11 suckers fit in their piece of the puzzle. If you'll do that on defense, you'll win every time. If you fit your piece of the puzzle, everybody's where they're supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing all the time. It's hard for somebody to move the ball and score on you. I won't spend much time on all these things. But the next thing is your eyes. E is eyes. What I say to that, from the time my dad coached, and some of you guys in here know him, he's crazier than I am. He's probably the only guy crazier than I am. But from the time I was knee-high to a pissant, he was talking about, hey, you have the big eye. You keep your eyes open. On the football field, I got listed right there, you keep them open and under, and I preach this to our guys every day. You keep your eyes open. You can't be a blinker. I heard a guy a couple of years ago, I guess it wasn't at this exactly, the state deal or whatever, from Penn State. I don't know how long ago that was, but their defensive line coach, I think, he talked about in his meetings, he talked about his guys not being blinkers. He talked, and some of you may remember who that is, I can't call his name, but he talked about not being blinkers, having the big eye, and he said he'd be in meeting, talking to his defensive lineman, every once in a while he'd punch out. Don't punch me back. But he'd punch out and say, dang, keep your dang eyes open. I got to keep them open and keep them under. What I mean by that is football's a game of leverage. If my eyes is under your eyes, I'm going to win the war. Whether that's tackling or whatever it might be, taking on blocks. If my eyes is under yours, I'm going to win the war. The next S there is stay on your feet. That's not rocket science, but stay on your feet. And usually I put on there, I didn't really know I was going to be sharing a long time here, but stay on your feet and move them like they're on hot coals, like you're barefooted and they're moving on hot coals. That's what I try to preach to our guys. Stay on your dang feet. If you can't stay on your feet, you can't play defense. And if you stay on your feet and you're not moving them, you'll probably be like I was at once upon a time. It's probably because I was just too slow to move them, like those on hot coals, but I was laid up there and my ACL torn. Because you'll get in trouble if you don't move your dang feet. If you're on the backside, the backside scooping, all those comments like Coach Johnson here, they're going to blow your knee out, brother, if you ain't moving on the D-line or linebacker or wherever you're at. The next thing that I got on there, the next is shot, block, and shed. Every day in practice, we're going to work shed drills. All across the board, and that's every position on the field, we're going to work shed drills. If you don't do that, there's not a play that I know. Now, there's some influence plays where you probably don't block somebody, and by carrying out a fake or whatever it might be, a guy runs himself out there, and that's the way your plan is. But on the average, you're not going to sit there and not get you. Somebody, if you're an offensive guy or whatever, you schemed up to block people's butt on the field. That's the way you put them in the end zone, and that's the way it's going to be. And we got to learn how to shed blocks. Before we do anything else, we got to learn how to shed blocks.